Z here, and I'm gonna try my best to stay on track this time. This is my third time recording this because even for a Rantble, which is this is definitely going to be, I still want to have somewhat of a track of mind on this. And the last two times, I would get 10 minutes in before I'm like, the fuck am I even talking about? I'm the one who's even talking, and I still have no idea what's going on. So I'm gonna try to make this very, very clear and concise. YouTube is a shitty of a place right now. Oh boy, howdy. If you are anywhere near the type of channels that I watch, you are in for quite a treat. You probably know what I'm already going to talk about. So what's happening right now is YouTube is going through a third phase of, hey, we're widening the gap of people that we don't like, so we're starting to ban, demonetize everything, people that we don't like. Now, whatever that is, and quick trigger warning for people that might be don't like politics. I'm going to try to keep it out of this video, but by all means, I'm going to try to. I can't guarantee it because this is kind of wrapped around politics somewhat. Again, I'm going to try to not do that, but because I kind of want this channel to be kind of a, I think of nothing else, a safe space for just entertainment. I want people to come on and say, hey, I like you. I don't care about your political affiliations, and as long as you can keep the politics from like a 20% to a 0%, I'll like your shit. I'm going to try to keep it that way, but this one is kind of tough. It's a little bit difficult, so just a quick warning. If you want to click off right now, I would not blame you. But YouTube is being accosted by another channel that I think has like 6 million people. I can't remember. It's Vox. It's a Vox channel, and there's one guy that's been doing a lot of shit to kind of bring this around. I can't remember his name. With the third time of me doing this fucking video, you think I would at least look it up, but I don't. It's Carlos Mazda. Fuck it, that's a car. Manda? It starts with an M, and I can't remember it, and I'm not going to look it up. Usually I would just be like, what's his name? And then I would cut out that part and cut it again. Not doing it for this, because he's not worth my fucking time. His name should be Carlos Bitchmade. I don't give a shit about him, nor should anybody give a shit, especially YouTube, but we'll get into that a little bit later here. But very recently, Mr. Carlos has been not liking what other people say about him, specifically one person by the name of Steven Crowder. He's kind of a late night comedian. Most of his stuff I kind of like. Some of the stuff kind of whiffs and I just whatever. But he made fun of him, called him a lispy queer or whatever, and he might as well have said, I want to start the second Holocaust, because motherfucker, this guy has not been done crying on Twitter. Full crocodile tears, sobbing. Now, I'm going to come back to this in just a moment. That's the main crux that I want to go on. I am going to divert a little bit to these side trails here, because I do want to say, it's obviously this guy was either bullied too much or not bullied enough. Okay, I'm not trying to put down a pro-bully approach here, but guess who else was bullied quite a bit and got stronger because of it and doesn't give a fuck about what people say about him online? This guy. I got bullied quite a bit. I went to school, and most of the bullying was just name-calling, so it wasn't as bad as, hey, I got beaten up every single fucking day of my life, and it really tortured my soul, and now I have PTSD. It was never that. 20% of it was. I got beat up, not quite a bit, but the times I got beaten up were pretty bad. But it was mostly just being made fun of. So guess what? I would be made fun of at school. I would feel bad because I am overall a sensitive person. I have a very dark sense of humor. I like playing the asshole. Overall, I'm not sensitive to what people say about me, but if a dog dies in a movie, I'll feel pretty bad about it. Anyways, I would get back home, I would play video games online, whether it be StarCraft or Warcraft. Those are usually the two online games that I played a lot. Or I would go on forums, and guess what? You would always rub someone the wrong way. I learned this from a very young age. Someone's always going to call you a cock-holstering, dick-sucking piece of shit. And then what you would do is you would feel bad about it for a little bit. The next time someone called you the same thing, you'd be like, What are you in middle school? Go fuck yourself. And then you would banter back and forth. Somebody would leave, and then life would go on. Easier times, a much simpler time, a much better time, because both of you would be pissed off, but by the end of the day, you would forget that you even had that argument. And guess what? It would build up your fucking shield. You have a shield online, okay? It's called an emotional shield. It starts off as styrofoam. Everything hurts you. Then it upgrades to cardboard. Maybe the little shitty, middle school shit doesn't offend you. When someone calls you fat and someone calls you a fucking fat ass bison, which I've been called that many times in the past by one or two people, and it doesn't make any sense, because the older I got, the further I realized, bison don't have a lot of fat on them. They're all muscle. They're lean. And if I would have known that when I was 12 years old, it could have helped me a lot of nights, but that's another time. If anyone ever calls you a fat bison, you should say, look, the American bison is a very lean motherfucker, so thank you! That's what you gotta do. But, if anyone calls you fat, then you just say, okay, what are you? And then they say you're gay, and it's like, a little puncture through the armor here. Okay, fine. Well, I'll take that armor and I'll wrap it in like thin tin foil that you wrap your food with. Boom! Someone says something that breaks it through it. Then it upgrades to bronze, then iron, then it keeps going up until you're like, I don't give a fuck what you say. And obviously, this Carlos guy is just not... He did not go through that enough, or he's completely mentally broken because people made fun of him so much when he was younger. I'm guessing the opposite, because looking at some of this guy's shit, oh boy, he is just a soy boy swilling piece of shit. And I know soy boy is kind of just like it's kind of like, if I had to use my previous metaphor, it would probably be somewhere between like, aluminum and like iron. Somewhere right in there. Probably bronze. It's like, okay, that's kind of a weird thing to say. It's been kind of overused, but whatever. But this guy, if it was just him bitching on Twitter, I wouldn't know about it, because I don't give a shit about that. If he was just bitching on Twitter, yeah, let him do it. Let him do it. Who cares? Let him cry himself out, and then he'll move on to the next thing. But for some reason, not for some reason, it's because he works with Vox, who has, like I said, 6 million, and he's just throwing out everything. Oh, it's because I'm Mexican. Oh, it's because I'm gay. Oh, it's because I work for a major fucking brand. I don't understand. And since Steven Crowder, completely just kept railing into him, now he wants everyone to burn. This is why I don't understand. Me, personally... I don't care. I can't get money yet. I can't. I need a certain amount of views, watch time, and I need at least 1,000 subscribers before I can even look at any money. Some people donate to me on Patreon, and because of you guys, I could drink me some low quality whiskey in a 12-pack of Coke. I can make some nice cheap ass whiskey Cokes here, and I really appreciate that, guys. But a lot of people who made this their entire job, and a lot of people could argue. A lot of people can argue this is their fault. They should have looked further in the future. That argument could go both ways. I honestly, as a creator, I would love to do this as a full-time, but I'm the kind of guy who's also very paranoid about this kind of shit happening. But since this guy just kept bitching and whining and complaining, there are tens of channels that either are demonetized or just straight out banned, with more who may have done it, but they just don't have enough of a presence online that people know about it yet. I just don't understand why one person throwing a fit and just kind of tossing all their toys up in the air, that they'll go for it. Just because they throw out some pity cards. Gay, Mexican. I don't know. Those are the only two that I've seen that he's thrown multiple times on Twitter. But here's the thing. I don't want to make this a pro-bullying video, but it really does help. It hurts a lot at the beginning. But at the same time, you figure out, I think this guy's just trying to rile me up. Oh, this guy is trying to rile me up. See, now this is a competition. Now I need to see if I can rile him back up, or, alternate theory, oh, this guy's trying to rile me up. Well, fuck him. Block. I'm done. I have no problem with blocking people. Now, me, as a person who grew up with that, I usually like trying to talk back. Not usually on social media because I don't use it a lot, but you catch me in a video game and I'll talk shit to you for a solid 5 minutes, if not more, depending on how much I want to fight with you. It's just the way things are, and I just don't understand why so many YouTubers have to go down. It just makes no sense. And your political philosophy, political leanings can go wherever you want to go. I understand that people are different one way or another. That being said, I don't want to bring up the whole argument of first they came after blank, then they came after blank, then they came after blank. I didn't do anything about all those. Now they're coming after me. Because it happens. I don't want to say slippery slope because people usually get mad about that. It happens, okay? If people take this as a median, this was bad before. They said, we don't like that. We got to upgrade to here. People back here are just like, what about us? Fuck you, that's what. Now we're here. Yeah, this one doesn't seem that right either. Boom, we're going over here. Well, I kind of liked it right here, though. Boom, fuck you. Then it just happens over and over and over again. And until there's some sort of backlash or until there's some sort of like, okay, fucking stop, okay? Just stop. We need to stop and at least talk about this before going on to the next phase. But when there's no other backups, what can you do? You could do nothing. You could just say, well, guess I'm getting kicked off here. I guess I got to go to the next place. Oh, the next place is barely viable? Boy, I wish I remember how to flip burgers. And a lot of people are like that. They're just like, well, just pick a regular job. Well, for some of the people who YouTube has been their job for close to 10 years, which is a lot of YouTubers. It's really hard to explain that. I really liked that 10-year gap in my resume. I was a YouTuber and I made a lot of money. Oh, why don't I make any money anymore? I accidentally said faggot one time on a live stream, and then my life fell apart. Oh, you don't want workers who say faggot. Do you know any places that would? Like, it's just like, what do we do then? There's nothing you can do. You just have to say, well, I gotta pack up my bags, and hopefully there's a warm place underneath the nearest bridge. It's like, oh, God, it's so frustrating because one person got their feelings hurt. God. This is, that was so ranty. That was so rantbly. But it was still better than my other 10-minute ones. So I think I'll keep this one. I think this one's a keeper. And again, go ahead and leave whatever comments you guys want down at the bottom. If I lose people for this, I lose people for it. It's the way it works. But it's really been bothering me all day long. Where at first it was some scumbag who was fucking crying about someone making fun of him. Guess what happens all the time on the internet? And then he just kept tweeting at everybody, advertisers, main people, or like other like media corporations. And then it just kept going and going. And because one person had to be bitch made, then I guess everybody has to fucking suffer. People have their videos deleted, they're demonetized, they're outright banned, and I'm not standing up for everybody who's been banned because I don't know everyone who's been banned. I know 2 of them, I think. And the way they were banned, it's like, I can see why. I still don't care. Because one last thing I want to tell you guys about, I would make the worst CEO of my entire life, of anybody ever. Because my CEO, my company would just be like, what did he say? Was he decapitating anyone? Did he use any major racial slurs? Did he tell anyone to attack or just kind of kill somebody out there? No? Sure, I'm sure there's a fan base out there somewhere for him. Go ahead and slap some ads that people want ads on that. Ask some companies, hey, guess what? This guy once said that furries should all die. Do you know what furries are? And the Trojan condom's like, yeah, they fucking suck. It's like, you can put ads on that if you want. We'll take 60%, give 40% to them, and you get free advertisement. And they're like, yeah, sure. And that's exactly what it is. I I don't want to say like free speech absolutist. I don't like anything that's absolute. I really don't. I kind of see everything as a, oh, what's the context type thing. But the overarching like parent arms that are grasping over everybody, and it's like, Mom, Dad, leave me alone. It's like, no, they made a Nazi joke. Get away from them, Timmy. It's like, fucking, I thought it was funny. Get away from me. And I just don't get it, and I'm never gonna get it, and that's why this channel might be gone in the future. If I even get monetization, it's probably going to be demonetized right away. And hell, it's probably going to be taken away because cussing is something that I feel like I could find a workaround. I could bleep it out. I could just say nothing about it. Or I could just find other ways of making my scripts not as cussy. But that's not it, because people who cuss can still have ads. It's the jokes. My jokes are pretty bad, and I know it. Because that's what I think is funny. I love those kind of jokes. And if my way is the way that this is in the future, the way it's going to be. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying it right now. So thank you very much, guys. I really need to get this off my chest. My chest was hurting while I was editing, and I'm like, I'm going to put up that fucking video tonight. But I wanted to get that out first so you guys know that I still care about putting out good shit. And then this really shit tier material is just, I just need to get it off my chest. You guys are helping me more than I'm helping you. Cheers, guys. Have a great night. Have a great week. And I hope to see you in the future.